모든 것이 시작되었습니다. 처음으로 들었죠.
In few minutes, so please return to your seats. Thank you very much for your cooperation. Presentation. Channel 1 is for English, Channel 2 is for Korean, and Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Thailand to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome him with a big round of applause.
Thank you so much, and good afternoon to everyone. It is a great pleasure of mine to be here with you for this year's APEC CEO Summit. Having attended the ASEAN Summit during the past few days, and now APEC, it is very encouraging to see vibrant regional cooperation come to life. I believe that cooperation in our region matters more now than ever. As multilateralism weakens, regional partnerships can keep us connected and help us turn challenges into shared opportunities together. Today, Thailand stands at a pivotal point. We are moving from a middle income to a high income economy, from manufacturing to innovation, and from being a regional participant to becoming a regional connector. This transformation will not happen overnight, but my government is determined to lay a strong and stable foundation for Thailand's future. The theme of the summit today reflects well the vision and policy of my government. Our vision can be summed up in three priorities: bridging economic gaps, enhancing business opportunities, and looking beyond our traditional limits to shape the future. Our approach is simple but ambitious. We call it Quick Big Win policy, short-term actions that deliver long-term impact. Ladies and gentlemen, let me begin with the first: bridging economic gaps. Growth must start with the people. Economic growth means little if it is not inclusive and innovation-driven. My government recently launched Let's Go Half Plus, a co-payment scheme to ease living costs, encouraging spending and bring more people into the formal economy. This co-payment scheme is not only just about boosting domestic consumption, but it also promotes digital inclusion, teaching small vendors to use e-payments and online marketing tools. We are also investing in reskilling and digital literacy. So far, over 500,000 Thais have already joined new training programs in data analysis. AI, and green technology. With continued implementation of these measures, more and more Thais will be able to participate in a knowledge-based and innovation-led economy. This is how we build an economy that works for everyone, not just a few. But empowering people also means empowering the businesses that sustain them. My second priority is, therefore, to enhance business opportunities. In Thailand, SMEs are the backbone of our economy, making up 99% of our businesses and employing 70% of our workforce. We must create an environment where SMEs can grow, compete, and connect beyond borders, and yet sustainable. Policies and programs have been put in place to help SMEs improve access to finance and secure financial stability. We are also addressing household debt, expanding microfinance, and modernizing credit systems through digital platforms that make borrowing more transparent and affordable. And through the SMEs Reboot and Go digital program, over 200,000 businesses are learning how to use e-payments and online marketing tools to reach new customers, helping them step into the digital era. To cite an example, Thailand has a flagship cooperation with Singapore on cross-border e-payment linking Thailand's PromptPay and Singapore's PayNow. Such a framework is the first of its kind in ASEAN, allowing instant and secure transactions for individuals and SMEs. This is how we ensure that no one is left behind in the age of digital transformation. To truly unlock business potential, we must also align our rules and regulations to international standards. We want to make Thailand a place where doing business is easy, rules are clear, law is just, and confidence runs deep. Our goal to join the OECD by the year 2030 reflects this commitment. It means aligning with high international standards in corporate governance, digital regulation, and public transparency. Thailand's OECD accession process is underway. We are advancing modern governance and institutional reforms through reducing bureaucratic delays and promoting open data. This will build trust, improve efficiency, and further encouragement investment. But trust today must go beyond institutions. As our lives and economies move increasingly online, we must also strengthen public trust in the digital sphere, ensuring safety, accountability, and confidence in how technology is used. With online scams and cyber-enabled crimes becoming increasingly prevalent and destructive, we need stronger regional and global cooperation to share intelligence, to strengthen law enforcement, and to close the digital gaps that criminals exploit. We must remember that in the digital age, our security is only as strong as our collective ability to protect it. Ladies and gentlemen, to stay competitive, we must look beyond the present day and beyond our borders. My third priority is, therefore, to ensure that Thailand stays at the forefront of the next wave of industries and partnerships that will define the future of growth. We are partnering with leading tech companies worldwide to accelerate Thailand's digital transformation. Tesla and BYD, for example, are expanding EVs and battery production in our country. Foxconn has partnered with Thai firms to develop smart electric vehicles. Global tech leaders, Google Cloud, Amazon Web Services, Huawei Cloud, and Microsoft are investing in major data centers and AI infrastructure, powering our fast-growing digital economy. We are also investing in next-generation connectivity. 5G now covers 85% of our population. New submarine cables link Thailand to Asian hubs, while digital ID systems make public services seamless and secure. To ensure that growth is sustainable and future-ready, we are driving a sustainability and climate leadership agenda. We see climate action not as a cost, but as an opportunity to create jobs, attract investment, and open new frontiers of growth across the region. Leading Thai companies such as PTT and SCG, and a lot more, are investing in green hydrogen and low carbon minerals. While global partners such as BMW and Toyota are expanding EV ecosystems in Thailand, we are also advancing carbon markets, sustainable agriculture, and green finance mechanisms. These efforts will move us closer to our goals of carbon neutrality by 2050 and net zero emissions by 2065. Our policies to bridge economic gaps, enhance business opportunities, and embrace future trends are all parts of one vision. That vision is build bridges, bridges that connect people through opportunity and inclusion, connect economies through trade and innovation, and connect today's efforts with the future we want. This is what I think the APEC CEO Summit aspires to. It is about leveraging the private sector's reach as a bridge, not just for profit, but for progress, and not just within Thailand, but across our region and beyond. Thailand is fully open for business and partnership. We stand ready to work with all of you to turn ambition into action, keeping supply chains open and upholding a fair, stable, and rules-based global order. And let us remember that prosperity that is shared is prosperity that lasts. Thank you very much. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Anuti Chanirakum. Please give another big round of applause to Your Excellency, Anuti Chanirakum. We extend our deepest appreciation for the valuable insights and perspectives shared with us today. Thank you once again for your excellent insights and your speech. Insights, curiosity, and commitment have truly enriched today's discussion and made this